music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Oh, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. My shirt looks weird. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 10, episode 17. Not the reunion, but the season finale is next week. I'm kind of happy because I feel like the season's been going on for a long, long time. I'm happy that the Housewives of Potomac is coming back on. So, yeah. And also that new show is going to be coming on. Something about a stage play and Genuine is on it. I think I'm going to review that. But, anyway, the lipstick of today is Fenty Beauty. It is Rihanna's. I don't know if I can say that. It's Rihanna's line, the Fenty Beauty, and the Stunner Lip Paint is one of my favorites. Anyone who's following me on IG, this is the lipstick I wear basically every day. So y'all see me riding to work every morning, and my lipstick be popping. That's what I have on. So yeah, this episode was a lot of things. You know, we see the beginning starting off with Porsha and Ricky on what I call a fake date. Meaning, do I think Porsha and Ricky can really be a couple? Sorta, kinda. Only because I saw when Ricky was on the Watch What Happened Live. I think it may have been last week or the week before last, one of those two. And when Andy asked him, like, if Porsha did not work, if y'all didn't work together, would you be open to dating her? And he actually said yes. So, like, 30% of me believe they just trying to hang out to see what it's like. And then another 30% of me believe it's completely bullshit. And then 40% of me believe not only is it only bullshit, it's bullshit they're hoping can turn into something real. So I'm torn about that. I mean, it's cute. You know, they could possibly be a cute couple, but I don't take Porsha seriously because she irks my nerves most of the time. I don't take Ricky seriously because I feel like he's always joking because he's a comedian, and I don't know when to take him serious. So I don't even really care, you know. But we saw that, you know, we do see her say how she does want to eventually have children, but she's so busy working and she needs to make time. You need to make time to date somebody and then get pregnant, girl. Do what you gotta do. But I mean, it was cute for what it was. You know, we also see Kenya and Cynthia talking at the Bailey agency because Kenya is loving being a housewife. Kenya wasn't even on we ain't seen Kenya since she walked out on them when they were in Texas and Houston. Yeah, after the hurricane definitely went. I think it was in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. We ain't seen Kenya since she left then. Kenya been off the. Kenya been gone for a minute. Okay, Kenya, and it ain't that we didn't miss Kenya. She didn't go on a Barcelona trip. So Kenya been gone a couple episodes, so it's kind of cute to see her come back. But Kenya is also a completely different Kenya than she was the first few seasons that she's been on it. Kenya has really changed since she became a wife. And whether you love Kenya or hate Kenya, you have to understand, or you have to even recognize and see she's kind of completely different. And, you know, she's there saying how she, because Cynthia brought up how, you know, Nene been doing since she had the whole rape comment scandal and how she is doing with Kim trying to sue her. And Kenya was like, what? Sue her for what? And when it's like, you know, for defamation because of the stuff that she's been saying. And she like, we can all sue Kim for that because Kim forever, and it's true, Kim is forever talking about other people. She really, really, really is. So the whole defamation thing to me is stupid. But you know, she like it, I love it. You know, she's talking about how she's gonna have this event to premiere that domestic violence PSA that she did earlier in the season. And you know, she wants to have also former victims who are survivors of domestic violence come and get like a makeover to get their hair done and with their hair and makeup done, get a cute little pretty dress, and then come to the, you know, premiere of the PSA spot. And the event will be held at the Bailey Agency. But we do remember Cynthia bought, like, I think a bigger space to rent out to have events. I don't know. You know what? I don't know what Cynthia does per se at the Bailey agency, but if she like it, I love it. We do see later on Kenya having the survivors come to a salon, get their hair done, get their makeup done, try on dresses. It was a very, very beautiful moment. Because the thing about it is the women all look different. Okay, they all look different, and even knowing how Kenya had her stuff with domestic abuse back when she said she was like 16, we saw another old woman say how she had dealt with things. It's a weird thing to know, not a weird thing, but it's eye opening to know that people from all walks of life have endured and survived things that you wouldn't even know that you had in common. People would not know they would have in common with me, that I, am a survivor of domestic abuse, but you just never know. So I think it's such a great thing. Because think about it. Cynthia's mom was in the PSA. Porsha's best friend, Shamia, was in the PSA. Kenya was in the PSA. And, then all these 10 different women from all these different walks of life who we all have this one thing in common, that we're all survivors. So I think it's a really, really, really great thing for Kenya to do this. And this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So yeah. We see a little scene with Kandi, meeting up with Todd and Don Juan and everything. And, she said how she bought a new building. And he like, what you gonna do? You already got 8 business, girl. And I think Don Juan thing is, I'm your one to go-to person. So whenever you're doing something, I'm going to be the one that's going to have to handle something. And she like, well, this area is going to be popping. Google trying to do this and Google trying to do that. And people forget that if you buy, like for instance here in Detroit, Dan Gilbert for a while bought up like all these buildings downtown and was fixing them up to do things. But the thing about it is, if you were aware, okay, this big conglomerate person or this big company is going to be trying to buy stuff up in this area. So if I own something in this area, they're going to want to buy it from me and I'll make a profit. It's completely smart. Or even if someone wants to rent the space because you own the building, it's completely smart. So it's funny how Don Juan get it, but Don Juan don't get it. And Kandi like, look, hey, you have to buy. And the entire came in and said, who wins Monopoly? And Kandi said, the person who owns all the buildings. Right. If you own all the property, you win, because people will then have to pay you for your property to, do things. So we see that whole little thing. And then we also see Kandi saying how she feels bad that Nene, was off the tour because of the whole rape comment, and how she, know how they have had their issues in the past, and she doesn't want to have her being taken off the tour, put them back in a bad space. And I think that's good for her to say, because Nene gets offended easily. We know that for a fact. And when she do, it's a thing of, well, Kandi could have did more for me. She just doesn't want to go back to that place. So it's cool for her to say, like, even though she didn't agree with what Nene said, she can understand how Nene made a mistake and said something quickly and then instantly regretted it because it was, wrong and horrible. But she's like, I do feel like, she can move on forward. So I just hope that happens without causing any discourse in our friendship. So I thought that was cute. Lord Jesus, Sheree. Sheree at home, trying to get the damn basement, finished of hers. Her basement is about 5,000 square feet. And as we see, she's still trying to get more contractors to get work done. Sheree has the worst luck in that damn house. I mean, it took her 8 years to build that damn thing. As Nene called it, with Never Land. And, now she's trying to get the basement finished. And the designer guy was saying how he needs more time because things aren't finished yet. How they're switching contractors and all this stuff. She said how she wants to have a salon, a movie theater, a man cave. I said, you want a man cave with your man in prison? But that's neither here nor there. Now, when she says like she wants a man cave for her and Tyrone, I said to myself, Tyrone is in prison, Sheree. Like, and he ain't getting out this year, boo-boo. He is fully in prison. So my thing is, I would have at least said I want a man cave for whatever man gonna be in my life eventually, because I'm planning, since I bought this big ass house, bitch, I ain't moving. So any man that I'm with, he gonna eventually move in here. But when she said so for me and Tyrone, I say Tyrone is prisoner 763452, and you trying to plan a man cave for this man, girl, bye. I cannot believe. I'm just like, I just can't, then we see Tyrone call, And then she's like, well, you know how you want us to, you told me to like not touch the basement, that you would handle that and you would get it fixed and built out or whatever. He like, yeah. And she's like, well, I kind of went and did it myself. I got you a man cave built, even though I know it. I'm like, so y'all really been having these conversations about him getting out of prison and girl, y'all saw me do I talked about the guy who I dated. We was a couple before he went to jail. In my early 20s. Okay, Sheree is in her 40s. I said the other day, Sheree is too old to be going through what I went through in my 20s. Dating this man who's in prison. But if she like it, I love it. And, he like, well, yeah, okay, thank you so much for doing that for me, but leave some stuff for me to do. Then she brings up, well, yeah, because he said no about a workout area in the basement. And she said, yeah, but the equipment stuff, it costs between $8,000 and $15,000. And he said, hold on. He said, don't worry about it. This is my thing. All I know is that man is in jail for embezzlement. And I'm pretty sure sometime you go into jail for embezzlement, the IRS and the government and the people, the policemen, they freeze your goddamn accounts. And you don't really, now unless you got some money stashed somewhere. But I'm like, I don't want no man in prison telling me, don't worry about how much it costs. I got you. Because my thing, if that's the case, you should be paying for this stuff now, because you got it when you locked up. You should have when you have it when you're gonna be out. You should have it right now, because like you ain't gonna get out of jail and get a job ASAP. Ain't gonna happen unless you and Sheree trying to shop around some little reality show, and who knows how long that's gonna take. So who knows? But Sheree was on Watch What Happened Live tonight. And somebody called in. Someone said during the show, I watched, and y'all talking about fixing up y'all basement. And he said, don't worry about the money. She said, does he have any money left over from when he was embezzling? I said, bitch. So Sheree just said, don't worry. If I ain't worried about it, you shouldn't be worried about it. And then Lawrence jumped in. Miss Lawrence was on the show too. Jumped in and said, well, people who go to jail don't really be broke. Martha Stewart went to jail. Martha Stewart did go to jail, but I don't think Tyrone was even at the level of Martha Stewart. And I'm not saying that people don't go to jail and not have money, but I'm like, I think people just wonder, well, what was he doing before that he's saying how when he get out, he gonna have all this money to fix your house up. But you know what? Sheree love that man. And she says out, he better be home this year. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they've already said that he ain't coming home this year. Or if he do, it will be the end of this year. If not, he might have to do 3 more years. So, girl, we got that man cave together for somebody who won't even be at home. And then she brought up how she wants a destination wedding, because he was saying like, yeah, when I get out, we're gonna spend some time together, but we need to make it official. And she's like, yeah, I want to, have like a destination wedding. And I'm like, you want to? Girl, Sheree is really planning the rest of her life with this man who's in prison. Girl, she love after like oh Lord, I just can't take it. Anywho, we still love seeing. I think what we see this episode, they're wrapping stuff up, okay? Because we see Nene talking to her son Brad, and Brad has graduated high school. He don't know what he want to do, but he do not want to go to college. And he like, I want to be a comedian. I want to be in the entertainment business, and that's what I want to do. And the kind of good thing that I'll say is Nene, for the most part, supports his idea. Saying, if he's really serious, I want to support him in this, because being in this industry, it really is hard. So I can kind of help him as much as I can, as long as he's doing the work. That's cool. But I said to myself, but is he funny? Like, I get he wants to be entertained, like in the entertainment business, but is he funny? Like, y'all know, I don't think I'm funny. So you ain't gonna catch me out on stage doing no goddamn comedy tours, but you can catch me on YouTube talking a little bit. So I do wonder, like, when he said he wants to be in the entertainment, like, what does he like? Does he really want to be a comedian? Does he want to be on TV? Like, what does he want? Because her son just seems so quiet and timid that I'm like, well, is he funny? But, it is what it is. We see Noelle, Cynthia's daughter, has an internship at a dentist's office. Okay, cool. I don't really care. Well, no, we knew that she took a year off from going to college. So I guess it's a good thing to see that she's not just not doing nothing. She said how she always had this interest in dentistry. And so her internship is at a dentist's office. So I think that's a good thing. And even seeing how all the housewives' children have grown up. Remember, Brent was used to be little, with all these kids who we remember being little kids are like little mini adults. So it's cool to see that. We then see Sheree talking to her youngest daughter. And that's crazy because Sheree's daughter, Noelle, Cynthia's daughter, and Nene's son are all around the same age. They all like just finished high school and either is going to college. They're all like that 17, 18 age. That's kind of cool. So Sheree and her daughter talk. And the daughter basically asking Sheree about who she dating and what she dealing with or whatever. And, her mom, I mentioned to you about Tyrone, I like him or whatever. We reconnected last year. And she's like, okay, so like, are we going to meet him? And Sheree said, well, he's in jail. Honey, her daughter said, out of all the fish in the sea, you picked a jailbird. I said, bitch. Because that's what everyone else said. Like, you have this ocean of people available, bitch, and you pick a jailbird? Girl, I mean, is it... Sheree just told her, you have to sometimes support people when they're going through things. But I'm looking like, I don't know if I would tell her that because... I mean, it's true. You do have to support people when they're going through things. I don't think that's a lie. But I think Sheree is saying that in order to make herself feel less stupid, because I feel, this is what I feel like. I feel like if Kandi was dating a person in jail, if Kenya motherfucking Moore Daly was dating a man in prison, Sheree would have every joke up and down the aisle of whatever food aisle she's shopping in. She would have all the goddamn on jokes about how that's dumb. So my thing is, I feel like Sheree can't want to keep pulling out these, oh, he was a great person before he went to jail, and we knew each other 7 years ago, and oh, we have to help people in time of need. But if it was anyone else, she wouldn't even be saying that kind of shit. Oh, you can't find nobody else. She would just say bullshit. You can't find anyone else besides somebody who's in prison. And I feel like I want somebody to throw them kind of jokes at her. Well, they do. I do. People have. But again, I feel like she just making up all the excuses that she would not accept from someone else. She would be the shadiest bitch around. So whatever, girl, bye. We see Kenya does have her PSA party. Well, PSA screening. Everyone looked great. Everyone came. Nene was there. Kandi, Cynthia's mom, Porsha, Shamia. What am I missing? Cynthia, Porsha, Shamia, Sheree, Kim, Nene. They all was there, basically. The only one who wasn't there was Eva. Eva was only on 2 episodes? Girl, is you that? I mean, is you boring or no? So Sheree is being Sheree. Oh, was your husband gonna come? She's like, no, he couldn't make it. He had to work, and I couldn't book his flight, and he only wants me to book his flight because I'm his wife. And I feel like Kenya is saying the thing that new wives say. My husband wants me to do this. My husband wants me to do that. I have to do this because he's my husband. I'm his wife. She just being a damn newlywed. It is what it is. And Sheree is just asking that question to be goddamn petty. So, as she was giving her speech or whatever, honey, her husband walked in. I was like, hey, Mark Daly. Her husband's very handsome. Okay. And while others said, because, the ladies were all shady in their comments about him coming in, Sheree saying, hey, okay, we see he's real, but maybe their marriage isn't, we even see Nene saying how, well, Kenya looks happy. I think they forget this is new to Mark. And everyone isn't used to being on TV. Everyone is not comfortable being on TV. So my thing is, don't take that man being uncomfortable in front of all these cameras as a way to say, well, she happy to be married, but he ain't happy to be married to her. You can't do that kind of stuff because you can catch a glimpse of someone in a moment and they look unhappy because they might not be camera ready or whatever. It doesn't mean they're really unhappy in their marriage or whatever. So I felt like the shade they were throwing was unnecessary. Honestly, it was, especially because you don't know what's going on in their household. So, girl, I mean, just leave it alone. Again, Kenya said that from the beginning. They always throw shade at me if I'm single and I'm married, and they still throwing shade at me and I'm married. So, I thought it was uncalled for. He came to support his wife. She looked happy and giddy that he was here. She says how she feels like he wanted to surprise her, and that's why he told her that he couldn't make it, so that he could show up and surprise her and be on camera. I think that's what husbands do for their wives. So my thing is, don't throw salt on that lady's marriage. Like, don't wish that if it's real or fake, that it's over. Let her live whatever life she's willing to live with that man, and that's her husband. Leave it at that. We see Cynthia was happy to meet him, so that was a cool thing to see. She did introduce him to other ladies. Now, Sheree asked the messiest of all. This heifer gonna say, "Oh, where you get your nose piercing one? I want to get a piercing too." Bitch, he lives in New York, so no matter who did his piercing, you ain't gonna go to them. You can go get your damn ears pierced at the fucking mall, bitch. You can get your ears pierced at a tattoo shop. You asked him where he got his nose pierced from, as if he had a diamond encrusted unicorn on top of his unicorn horn right here, and you want that. It's a fucking nose ring, girl. You go get the same place you got your damn ears pierced before. Go back to the. It pissed me off. It really, really did. And then I'll say, the last person I saw that had a nose ring was Tupac. That's not true, because Tupac been dead since '96. So please believe you've seen somebody with nose piercing in the past 22 years. Girl, just shut up, Sheree. But Kenya looks happy. She looks happy in her marriage. It was a beautiful thing. So I think all the shade thrown, which is unnecessary. And we then see her do the little PSA thing. The PSA was really good. I remember when Kenya first came onto the Housewives and people said, like, is she really a producer? Can she really produce things? Because we hadn't really seen much that we knew that she did. But she produced the hell out of this PSA. It looked very great. It looked great. To me, it looked very, it looked raw. It looked brave. It looks unedited, and it looked like it is encouraging to other women who could be going through it to get out of it. So I was like, bravo, bravo, Kenya. Kenya, at the end of the day, I think no longer wants to be the messy person on the show. She does not want to be the button pusher anymore. I think she has elevated herself to being a housewife. I think you have two sets of people who be on the show. People who are not married and they're there for entertainment and they want to be the one on the show and be the go-to person. I think she has elevated from that twirl, Kenya, to I am someone's wife and I am not representing someone else in my life. So I can't be this crazy, outrageous person, because if I do, it can affect my marriage, bitch. And guess what? I don't want to be divorced, bitch. So I think the reason that Sheree throws the shade that she throws is because she know she can't be a housewife right now, because the nigga she like, not even say the word nigga, the dude that she like is in prison. So she can't be a housewife right now. She has to do something to keep herself relevant on the show. She can't have a dude on here. Well, she can have prison conversation, but that's boring, honestly. So if Sheree is the person who carries gossip back and forth, which causes conflict, she feel like her place is solid on the show. And I think for Kenya at this point probably can take it or leave it. I think she'll still be on the Housewives next season, because I do believe her husband might be open to doing spots here and there. Because if you think about it, you don't see most of the husbands a lot. You don't. We see Greg every here and now. We see Todd every here and now. Well, she don't. That's the only one that's married, honestly. Yeah, no one else is married. So, but yeah, with the husbands like aren't on here. We used to see people, you would see them at events and stuff. But for the most part, it's not focused on the husband. So I'm thinking maybe if he sees that, we've seen on their social media how, he has hung out with like Kandi and Todd in New York. So maybe if he feels more comfortable because he knows some of the ladies and their husbands off camera, maybe he'll feel more comfortable being on camera. I think they should add Shamia to the cast, because Shamia has a husband. I think they should cancel. They're going to probably keep Eva, because Eva's having a baby and she's married to that man who's in Atlanta. So let's see if he be on the show too. But yeah, the episode was good or whatever. And I'm going to end it right here because that's all that really happened. So we will see the season finale next week and then reunion time. Lord Jesus. But other than that, people, I am Jay Lee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Peace.